Hey guys, Dr. Maita here. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through my journey in med school, and I'm going to be talking to you about my journey through undergrad, through med school, and through residency as well. For those of you new to my channel, please like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for new videos. I'm going to try to post them every week. If I haven't been posting them every week, I'm going to try to post them every week. All right, so let's start off the video about talking a little bit about my journey through undergrad. I got my degree in microbiology, which set me up for medical school. So during undergrad, I knew I wanted to pursue some sort of career in medicine, but I wasn't 100% sure that I wanted to pursue a career in med school. That's why it's important for you to get out there in the hospitals, get out there in the clinics, get out there and shadow someone, get out there and just get involved so you know what it takes to become a doctor. I was also interested in a career in genetic engineering as well. That's why I pursued microbiology. A lot of my colleagues also pursued a degree in biology, they pursued a degree in physics, chemistry, they pursued some sort of science degree, but I knew that microbiology could help set me up for genetic engineering as well. So I got into college in 2006. I changed my degree from biology to microbiology sometime in 2010, so I had to take a few extra classes, so I didn't graduate until 2011. Now, after graduating, I immediately started working in a lab. So I enjoyed my time in the lab and I enjoyed the work I did, but it was just a little bit too mundane for me. So I switched gears and I started studying for my MCAT. I quit that job, started studying for my MCAT. I took 3 months off, didn't talk to any of my friends, cut everyone out. A few of my friends actually thought I even passed away and they came over to my house to just check on me. So I got through those 3 months, studied hardcore, and then I retook some classes that I actually didn't do too great in undergrad. I got a couple of C's and I retook some of those classes after my MCAT, and I integrated that into my application and explained that I'm gonna retake these classes and ace them. And that's what I did. I retook my classes, aced them. So by the time I got into med school, it was actually 2013. So I applied once and I got in, and there's a reason behind the delay for me starting in med school. So just to clear up the timeline, I graduated in 2011 with my degree in microbiology. I worked a little bit in a lab, then I switched gears, studied for my MCAT, and during the year I was applying, I retook some classes and I started working at Intel. Working at Intel with a microbiology degree makes a lot of sense, but I actually really liked that job. So by the time I got into medical school, it was 2013. So I took about 2 years off after I graduated and after applying once. And there's a reason behind all this. I got into medical school with my best friend, AKA my younger brother, who's 2 years younger than me and was now attending an internal medicine. Going through med school with my brother was awesome. Not only did everyone confuse us, but I got to study with someone all the time. I got to bounce off ideas. He was my workout partner. So going to med school with my brother had so many benefits, right? We kept each other focused, we kept each other motivated, we would compete against each other, and that also got us good grades during medical school. We would work out together. It was awesome. So it was meant to be. It was meant for me to take 2 years off and get in with my younger brother. I remember one particular story where me and my brother finished a histology exam. We both got out, looked at each other, and we're like, yeah, we pretty much failed that test. The grades came back, and I remember we barely passed. And as we're walking back home, we lived on campus, we saw one of our classmates sitting on the sidewalk, and she was bawling her eyes out because she failed the exam. And she was like, I got a degree in astrophysics. I can't believe I can't pass this exam. And what have I done to myself? Did I make the right choice? And we both felt so bad because we were complaining that we barely passed. That exam was pretty hard. I would say the material in med school is challenging, but it's not extremely challenging. The difficulty with med school is the volume of material that you have to constantly take in. And every time you feel like you've mastered the material, they just raise the bar a little bit. And then you gotta get to that next level. Once you've gone to that next level and you've realized, hey, maybe I got a hang of this, they raise the bar just a little bit more. So before getting into med school, I thought I wanted to become an orthopedic hand surgeon. My mentor, Dr. Modi, is an orthopedic hand surgeon in Arizona, and he is phenomenal at his craft. He is excellent. He's an unparalleled doctor. And I loved being with him in the OR. I never knew I'd go into anesthesia, ever. In fact, I remember once I was in the operating room with him and I had no idea what the anesthesiologist was doing, but it looked pretty cool. After finishing up step 1 and starting my rotations, we can go over some step 1 strategies in another video. Let me know if you want to hear about that in the comment section. My first rotation was trauma surgery. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was kind of burnt out from studying for step 1 at this time. Lo and behold, I had to find out that I had to come in at 4 a.m. every day and round with the resident and then round with the attendings and then eventually go home around 6, 7 p.m. I was pretty tired that rotation. And I thought to myself, is this something I could do during residency for X amount of years, for 5 years, for 6 years, for 7 years, depending on the specialty I want to pursue? And I came to the conclusion that overall, for my lifestyle that I wanted to live after residency, after medical school, it may not be the best fit for me. I did love surgery, I did love the procedures, but at this point, I was kind of lost. I didn't know what to do. So after talking to a few people, I started pursuing emergency medicine because you get a good mix of procedures, you get a good mix of incorporating medicine, you get a good mix of everything, and it's fast-paced as well. So I knew I wouldn't get bored with it. So after deciding I want to do emergency medicine, I filled out the really long application. I applied to the schools I want to go to, and then suddenly my emergency medicine mentor said she was retiring at 44. And I asked her why. And she said that she was just a little burnt out. And I'm not trying to say that anyone who goes into emergency medicine will burnt out. She was just burnt out. Anyone can get burnt out in any sort of specialty. If you overwork yourself, you're gonna get burnt out. Long story short, she decided to just go into academics and start teaching rather than working in a clinical setting. And she decided to just start teaching at the university. But before she started doing that, she told me, hey, you should do a rotation in anesthesia. So at this time, I went out to a rural town where I did anesthesia for about 1 month. I was also fasting for Ramadan as well, so it was a very spiritual experience. I got to focus and hone in on anesthesia and see if I really did like it and if it was something I could do for the rest of my life. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything about it. I enjoyed the work-life balance. I enjoyed that I could be the acute intensivist in the OR. My favorite subjects in medical school were pharmacology and physiology, and I got to use that every single day in the operating room. And I also liked internal medicine, but I liked the pace that anesthesiology offers in regards to internal medicine as well, because everything's working real time in the operating room, and I liked that. So I eventually shifted gears, shifted my application at the beginning of my 4th year from emergency medicine to anesthesia. And I grew to love anesthesia even more because I got to do a chronic pain rotation as well. And I loved all the procedures that it offered at the clinic. So I enjoyed everything about anesthesia, and I enjoyed the fact that there were a lot of fellowship opportunities, especially one that I'm interested, including chronic pain. So I shifted gears during my 4th year, and I eventually pursued anesthesiology, did a few sub-Is, did a few away rotations, and I applied and got into my program here at UT Health. So I want to give you guys a few tips about what I learned throughout my journey in medical school. And I'll start off by telling you some tips about undergrad. During undergrad, if you know you're pursuing medicine, then you got to focus on 4 things in this order. The first thing is your grades. The second thing is your MCAT. The third thing is your letters of recommendation. The fourth thing is your research. And then you can focus on all of your activities. Because if you're volunteering at the hospital for 1,000 hours and not getting good grades, no one's gonna look at your application. So make sure you prioritize these things throughout your undergrad career. Throughout this period, whether it's an undergrad, med school, or residency, be grateful for those people who help you, because there's gonna be people who go out of their way to help you, and just be grateful to them. Also, be resourceful. If you need help, just seek that help. It's okay. You could suck up your pride a little bit, and it's gonna shave off a couple of years down the road. Now, during medical school, I was grateful for the fact that I had my brother. He was a gunner. He would study all the time, and I loved studying with him. I loved working out with him. And the most important thing during medical school is just figure out a routine that helps you. And for me, what I would do is I would wake up in the morning, I would go work out with my brother, then I would study. And once I reached a mental block, if I didn't work out in the morning, I would go work out with my brother. We would shift gears, and we would come back and study. Remember, a lot of people in medical school, what they were doing is studying for long extended hours of time and not really taking a break. And at one point, your brain just says, stop, I'm not learning anything anymore. And you gotta shift gears and go do something else, whether it's working out, whether it's you chilling with your friends or your family. You just gotta shift gears at that point. However, I feel like if you've established some good study habits in undergrad, you're gonna be able to tackle those challenges head on during medical school. And it's gonna still be a surprise, but you're gonna have that basic foundation to succeed in medical school. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.